If you're a man or a woman of God, and right now you are currently dealing with all type of attacks in your dreams, God is revealing to you that certain things are trying to come against you, all type of warfare that's happening in your dreams. Stop and take a look at whether or not you're currently in sin in some area, and maybe you don't realize or recognize it. Or check and see whether or not there's something God told you to do and you haven't done it. And that being said, delayed obedience is disobedience, which means you're in sin. So, quick testimony. I had this dream, and the Lord was revealing it to me, or revealing to me within that dream, that there was some type of crack somewhere in my armor. And the only reason that that dream was able to get through, and that these things or this attack was able to even slide through, was because of me being in disobedience. And I began to wreck my brain trying to determine why or how. So the Lord speaks to me in multiple different ways whenever I have done something or I'm out of alignment. If I'm driving on the road and it's nighttime, He will repeatedly show me vehicles with the tail light out or the headlight out. And when I say repeatedly, I mean just driving 5 minutes, I might see 4 or 5 cars with no headlights. Or I might pull up behind a car, and on the car's license plate, it may say sin. It may spell out SIN on the license plate. And I will immediately know that I have done something or not done what the Lord told me to do. And this morning, not this morning, but on this particular morning, I'm on my way to work and I see that and I'm like, Lord, what have I done? Like, what have I done, Lord? And immediately, after listening to something on YouTube, the very next thing that came up onto my phone was worship. And it piqued my memory that the Lord had told me to praise, and I had not done it. He had repeatedly told me to praise, and I had not done it. Praise is a weapon. So if the Lord gives you a request, or not a request, if He gives you a commandment, let me change that. If He tells you to do something, you cannot take it lightly. You cannot skip over it and just think that the Lord is just desiring you to praise and worship Him because He's worthy, although He is worthy. If He's telling you to do something, you never know whether or not what He's telling you is for the sake of protecting you. So if He says praise and you don't praise, then you leave a crack open and you're not even fighting and don't even realize. Because as I said, worship is a weapon. Had I worshiped and been worshiping when He was telling me to worship, then I would have been covered from that little attack that tried to squeeze through. Okay? But the Lord will give you grace because He knows that once you realize that if I tell you to do something, you need to listen, then you'll get it the next time. A friend of mine had a very similar situation happen where this person fell into sin in the mind. You don't even realize it may not even be something physical that you're doing, but you might look at somebody and you may think, oh, that person is fine or sexy or something. And in your mind, you don't even realize that you're lusting. That lustful thinking is an open door. And that's a crack. And this person also began to get an attack in the dream. Be mindful, especially if you are someone that is called into ministry. You don't have that little bit of wiggle room to fall into sin. We just don't. We have to be very, very careful because the enemy is always looking for an opportunity to send an attack. Because if you're someone who is out here in ministry or speaking the truth of God and you're helping bring other people out of darkness or get people saved, the enemy can't stand you. And because he can't stand you, he's always looking for an opportunity to send an attack. So make sure that you are being obedient and doing what the Lord is telling you because it is vital in your protection. It is vital in keeping you covered. Okay? God bless.